So in this lesson, I'll be teaching how to understand the Pythagorean Theorem. So if at any time, if you have to press pause to write anything down, to gather your understanding and your thoughts, please feel free to do so, and then you can come back and get whatever else you need. So when we talk about the Pythagorean Theorem, we're always going to be using one particular type of triangle, and that's a right triangle. So let's go ahead and draw a right triangle in our notebook. And if you don't know what that looks like, you can look at mine. And we should know that a right triangle has a 90-degree angle in our corner that creates a small little box or a square. Now, with the Pythagorean theorem and a right triangle, think of it like a person. We stand on two legs, so a right triangle has to do the same thing. So one of the legs that a triangle stands on is at the base or at the bottom of the triangle. So we will consider this a leg. So I will label that bottom part leg. And then the next side that we will have as a leg is the next side that's closest to our 90-degree angle. So if you notice, our legs are closest to our 90-degree angle. And then now, what about this side here? That's on the opposite side of our 90-degree right angle. We call this side our hypotenuse. And we spell that hypotenuse. Now, the formula is a little tricky in a sense. What the formula says is we're supposed to take this leg here, add it with this leg here, and when we do that, it should equal the length of our hypotenuse, which is on the opposite side of our right angle. So the way how we write that would be leg squared plus leg squared equals hypotenuse squared. But, Mr. McKenzie, that's a lot to write. And that is true. I don't think that's going to be sufficient every single time we do the formula. So what we do is, I'm going to bring down my notebook a little bit. So again, if you need to press pause at any time to write this down, please feel free to do so. So now if I come down here and I draw another right triangle, of course, I create my box for my 90-degree angle. And again, I know that this is my leg and this is my leg because they are closest to my 90-degree right angle. And I know that this side is my hypotenuse because it's on the opposite side of my 90-degree right angle. But instead of writing leg, hypotenuse all the time, I can label this A, B, and C. So now, instead of saying leg squared plus leg squared equals hypotenuse squared, now I can just substitute the word legs and hypotenuse for my variables, A, B, and C. So now I can write my formula for my Pythagorean theorem as A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And what this formula is saying is that if I square my length of my side A or my leg A, and I square this length of my leg B, when I add them together, it will give me the length of my side C. And that's the beginning of the Pythagorean theorem.